What's going on, guys? Welcome to Gains and Games. Today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty and its greatness, all-encompassing the entire globe with its same game every year, creating butthurt people since 2007 with Call of Duty Modern Warfare. What's up, guys? I'm playing on Overgrown right now. Basically, guys, what I wanted to do with this series, this is a series, by the way. What we're going to do is we're going to go through every single Call of Duty game, and we're going to figure out which Call of Duty is the best, and which Call of Duty I think is the best, by personal opinion. We're going to start with Modern Warfare because that's when the game really started to take off. I know some would argue that Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3 were also good multiplayer games. But guys, I'm starting with Modern Warfare. That's how it is. I had an argument with this guy at GameStop about it. I work at GameStop, and me and this guy were arguing. An employee that the first Call of Duty game I should put in the series is literally the first Call of Duty game, but I'm not going to do that. I'm starting with Modern Warfare, and that's how it is. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare's multiplayer. Now, a heads up, I had actually never played Call of Duty Modern Warfare before. Went to GameStop, bought this game, and I played it for a while. I think I'm literally level 6 maybe in this video, something like that. Very low level. So sorry if the gameplay isn't the greatest you've ever seen. I do have a couple good moments here and there though on Bog, and I don't think on this map. I think on this map I'm just terrible 100% of the time. I don't see how that guy did not kill me. I mean, that's craziness. But anyway, guys, so let's look at the game, what makes it great at the core. Right? So let's first talk about multiplayer maps. The maps in this game, from what I've seen, are absolutely awesome. They're fantastic. If only there was maps like this in the Call of Duties today. You know, it seems like the maps in Call of Duty have progressively gotten, how do I put this? Progressively gotten average. Meaning that almost every single Call of Duty map nowadays, in my opinion, is just pretty darn average. They're not terrible, but they're not great. They're just kind of average, right? Overgrown seems like an awesome map. One thing I noticed, guys, playing this game and playing some of the older Call of Duties, is that in the older Call of Duties, there was a lot taller grass, there was a lot more bushes you could hide in and stuff. And I think that's really interesting. I think it gave it a lot more of a dynamic to the game with sniping and having ghillie suits and things like that. You really don't see that, for example, in Black Ops 3, there's not one ghillie suit you can have. So far from what I can tell with these older Call of Duties is that like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they took themselves much more seriously. Infinity Ward took the game much more seriously than they take Call of Duties today. Call of Duty today is just kind of a goofy game. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's very arcadey. It's an arcade shooter. It seems to me that in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they took the game a lot more seriously. There was ghillie suits, you could hide in bushes, in tall grass. The guns kicked a lot more than they do now. I know I hear, big YouTubers complaining about the kick and the shake of the screen with these new guns in Black Ops 3 and in Advanced Warfare and Ghosts, and I think they're absolutely crazy. There's like zero quick kick compared to this game. Alright, this game has kick of a monster. But anyway, guys, so let's get down into this, into the creative class, alright? This was kind of a new thing for 2007, which is when this game came out. The gun selection was crazy. I mean, there was just gun after gun after gun. I mean, it was like being in a candy store for me, man. I love this stuff, right? I started with World at War, so that's what really, touches my heart, World at War. But this game had it too. World at War had the same thing. This is kind of funny. The first perk in Modern Warfare and World at War was whether you got C4, RPGs, stuff like that. Alright, guys, the second perk slot, Stopping Power and Juggernaut. Basically what ruined the old Call of Duty games. If those weren't in the game would have been so much better. But they were, so it kind of balanced itself out, I guess. But if you weren't running either of those perks, you were kind of screwed. I don't think that any of these other perks like Sleight of Hand, Double Tap, Overkill, Sonic Boom, UAV Jammer, I don't think they saw much play. They could have, but I don't know. Doesn't seem like they did to me. A third perk, all the standard third perk things, you know, steady aim, sit rep. I don't think they call it sit rep in this game, but anyway, let's see. All these different game modes. I mean, this is dominant, guys. This is purely dominant. Look at this. I'm about to go down to it. Old school free-for-all. Look at this. No classes, weapons are pickups, health increase, no health regeneration, and jumps are higher. Interesting stuff, man. We don't see stuff like that in Call of Duty anymore. Why? Because Call of Duty doesn't take itself seriously anymore. It really does not. It really just sees itself as an arcade shooter, just a goofy game. And that's one reason I think that Call of Duty is starting to go downhill, is because they've stopped seeing themselves seriously. So another huge thing that Call of Duty did that was so much different were these challenges, right? Oh, really quick, guys. So games that came out in 2007, we got Crysis, okay? We got BioShock. BioShock was a dope game. I loved that game. I played the heck out of it. And I think this other one here is Unreal Tournament. Yep, Unreal Tournament 3. Quake Wars. I don't know if you guys have ever played Quake Wars, but that was pretty fun. It was kind of like Battlefield, but aliens. I don't know why it never caught on. It's pretty good. I get this dope sniper kill. I don't know how I got it. I like shoot through this frame of this car. It's pretty wild. It looks like I shot right through the rear view mirror, or whatever that's called. Honestly, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, guys, this is BOG. Like I said, the multiplayer maps in Modern Warfare are fantastic. But what really made Call of Duty so great? Well, it was what we were just talking about. We had create a class, we had perks, we had challenges for the weapons. You know, let's give a good example of what game was really big back then with multiplayer and still is today. Halo, okay? In Halo, you didn't get to create a class. You had to pick up guns off the floor, which is fine, but it didn't lead to much customization. It was very, you know, everyone was kind of the same, right? You didn't feel like you were an individual. There was no individuality. There wasn't any customization to your armor. You didn't get to customize your weapons. You know, there wasn't any perks. Later they changed that. You know, I think they started doing that in Halo Reach, where you could change your armor, get a jetpack, or a shield, you know, whatever. But anyway, guys, that's what made Call of Duty so fantastic, so great, is because you had challenges. You could unlock camos. You could unlock attachments. You know, you could create a class that is specifically only you. You know, you felt like an individual. Like, this is my class. I am in war, and this is what I would choose to use if I was in a war situation. And you felt like your own person, okay? What these other multiplayer games weren't doing was they weren't creating individuality between the gamer and the game, right? There wasn't any individuality. And because of that, it didn't take off like Call of Duty did. Halo, arguably, is a very successful game, but guys, let's be honest, okay? Call of Duty is more successful. Probably because it releases on both platforms, but it's a more successful multiplayer game because there's more things in it that make it more appealing to the masses, okay? It's just truth. So, oh wow, I get owned right there, man. I tried to pistol him. I tried, but I failed. I think I get a chopper gunner. Yeah, or a helicopter, I should say. Got some helicopter action going on. This is a really good map too. I never played a map in Modern Warfare. Well, I was playing it for a couple hours that I didn't like. That I was like, wow, this map totally sucks. But what did Modern Warfare do specifically to make it such a great game? Well, it did all those things we were talking about, and it was the first one. So it's really hard to gauge this game off a scale to see which Call of Duty has the best multiplayer, because this Call of Duty kind of introduced everything that all the Call of Duties now have today. So in retrospect, this game is clearly the best one because it introduced it all, and it's what created what Call of Duty is today. But we can't look at it like that. Let's imagine if this game was released this year, okay? The same exact game. And let's just say the graphics were a little bit better, even though the graphics seem fine to me. Why would this game not be so great as it was back then? Well, there was only 3 kill streaks. Radar, airstrike, and helicopter. You could only get those 3. And that was it. It was cool, but World at War, nope, World at War still did it. Let's see. Black Ops, no. Modern Warfare 2? Yes, Modern Warfare 2, there we go. Modern Warfare 2 is the first game that actually allowed you to customize your kill streaks. See, we're going to see a trend throughout the Call of Duties as we go through each Call of Duty. We're going to see this trend where Call of Duty just keeps innovating. They keep changing things that the gamers want, and these other games that are competing against Call of Duty just aren't doing those things. And that's why Call of Duty is such a great game. Why it does so well with the gamer community is because they're constantly making changes that the gamer community wants. Now granted, there's a lot of changes that the gamer community doesn't want. For example, this 3D movement system, you know, boots off the ground, jumping everywhere, flying on the walls and stuff. Seems to me like a huge part of the gaming community doesn't want that, so it's curious, very curious, that they would keep these 3D movements. Like I keep these 3D movements in. Very interesting. But anyway, guys, Modern Warfare is a great game. I mean, there's a ton of guns. The game plays pretty well. I mean, guys, if you are a old Call of Duty fan, okay, if you're like, man, I really want a Call of Duty that has boots on the ground, why aren't they making a new Call of Duty that's like Modern Warfare? Well, there's really no need to make a new game that's like Modern Warfare because you can go play it right now. There is no hackers. I didn't come across any hackers. It was a fun game. I mean, it was like I was playing it as a kid, even though I didn't. But, you know, I imagined it. But it's a good game, guys. And if you want to go play your old favorite Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare, World at War, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, go play it, guys. I warn you with Modern Warfare 2, though. All it is just noob tubes, and it's very irritating. But I try to get gameplay for you guys. I tried my hardest. Those noob tubes, though. Oh my heck. Anyway, guys, this is an awesome game. What we're going to do, how the scale is going to work, is it's going to go from 1 to 10, 1 being the best and 10 being the worst, okay? And whoever has the lowest score, kind of like a golf score, whoever has the lowest score after we've reviewed all the different Call of Duty games is going to be the winner. And then I'm going to give my opinion of what I think is the best Call of Duty. So, I'm going to give this because it's the very first game we're reviewing in the Call of Duty series. It's the very first game that had perks, kill streaks, all this stuff that really made Call of Duty what it is today. I'm going to give it a 3 for right now, okay? Because it's a really good multiplayer. Trust me, there's some Call of Duty games that are going to get some high, I guess you could say, scores. No, low. 10 is low, right? I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm giving it a 3. The next video, World at War, is going to be up tomorrow. We're going to get this series rolling. We're going to find out what is the best Call of Duty game ever. So, thanks guys for tuning in. This has been Gains and Game.